He's got tremendous power. Look at the structure of his legs, hips, and back.
We are on the way, Bill Kazmaier.
350 kilos, 750 pounds. The Boohoo Man sponsor. Thank you so much. Mark is making quick work of that deadlift.
And you can see Andy Black trying to catch Felix. Felix always been outstanding at this event, and tonight he's got off to a flyer, Bill.
Both these athletes are just a little bit tired.
5 repetitions and trying to get a little bit of air in the tank. Andy Black slow and steady, but up to 4.
Come on, Mark, don't quit. You got that.
Mark Felix goes to 6. Black takes the straps off at 4. Andy had enough. And I think Mark too. Off come the straps. Both guys happy with that performance. 6 repetitions. Mark Felix. 4 repetitions. Andy Black. Ladies and gents, on to our next pairing, and they are ready and waiting. And look on the big screen at the face of the young man who will go next. 32 years of age, 6'4". He is Australia's finest. Raise it up for Eddie Williams. I know you're going to make some noise for this man. He is representing Scotland. 31 years of age, 6'3" of him. Raise it up for Lewis Jack. Eddie Williams, Lewis Jack. Listen for the whistle from Darren Sadler to start them off. 350 kilos for reps. Jack battles that one out. Williams right on his heels, Bill.
Nice smooth first rep on both athletes. Jack's got that lockout down. Just got to get it over the knees.
Great technique there from Eddie Williams on that pull.
Look at the power of those legs.
Williams on 4. Lewis Jack.
Eddie's got to make that commitment right now. Off the floor.
The clock is the enemy at this point in time, and as Mark Felix said, it's so difficult when you've come off the carry and drag to then drive back into this. Unbelievable.
5 grueling events in about 4 hours. Eddie, your legs were firing off like pistons and giving you a lot of power off the floor. Can you tell us what happened after that?
I'm just trying to make improvements at the Royal Albert Hall. I think I managed to get 2, so happy with the result.
Well, we're proud of you. Keep it up. Eddie Williams, ladies and gentlemen.
He is the world powerlifting champion. He was the winner of the World Open, hailing from Ukraine. Please raise it up for Pavlo Nakonechny. And a worthy adversary on platform number 2 is this man. He hails from Estonia and has incredible pedigree in the deadlift. He is the world record holder at this event. Please give a round of applause to Rauno Heinla.
Look at the size of the legs on Pablo. And Rhino just slams the first and the second into the third. 9's the record. This is really an incredible event right before your very eyes.
And you can see that both these men are tearing into these lifts, showing no respect to that bar, and the pulls are really racking up as both men hit 6. 7 and a breather for Rauno.
Pablo doesn't even look winded. He's got tremendous power. Look at the structure of his legs, hips, and back. You get a great view from the audience. He's incredible.
Wow, Nakonechny is absolute venom. as he hits a new world record. And Heinla is chasing down his own previous world record. He is done at 8, wants the suit off. And Pavlo Nekonechny, look at that. The man is phenomenal.
Neil, I think it's safe to say it's either been a long time or we really never have seen a physical specimen like Pavlo.
Absolute weapon. This guy, 170 kilos with abs, and watching him backstage, he's mobile.
Neil, the attitude, the killer instinct, the sheer magnitude of him wanting to be the very best. He just proved it.
He's not playing games. He doesn't come for fun. He's come to win it. And that is a very, very, very focused young man indeed. What an impressive night this man has had. He hails from the United States of America, the lightest man in tonight's event. Please give a massive round of applause to Kevin Perez. And lifting on platform number 2, ladies and gentlemen, is the crowd favourite from Ireland. Please give a massive round of applause for Paul O'Dwyer. And O'Dwyer hits that first pull solidly, fares right behind him. Interesting head-to-head, Bill Kazmaier.
Pav's got something to prove, and he's coming out like a madman.
Both men working through those reps. O'Dwyer hits 5, Ferris right behind him.
Body's fatigued, so you really have to compensate by changing your form.
Little breather from Part there. Ferris carrying on the grind, and he hits 6, the American. That athleticism is key.
Kevin was slick on the lockout on the last one. Let's see if he can pull it off again.
He's had enough. Kevin was going to leave it there, but he's going to be impressed with that outing. Great performance.
Deadlift's been struggling the last year. I had some nerve damage in my right leg, but it's coming back. Had a number in my head and I got it, so that's all that counts.
Kevin Ferris, an amazing man from America. Thanks for traveling over.
Look for big things from the man on platform number 1. Let's give him a little formal introduction for the TV now. He hails from Canada, 26 years of age, at 6 feet 4 inches tall. Please give a round of applause to 142 kilograms of Mitchell, the Moose Hooper. On platform number 2, hailing from Ukraine, is this athlete, 27 years old, 6'5", 134 kilograms of Pavlo Kordiaka. Here we go. Wow, Bill Kazmaier, that guy exploded off the...
That is nothing short of impressive. That's 4 without even taking a breath.
Wow, look at the pace that these guys are throwing down.
Neil, the efficiency by Mitch is just incredible.
The rest for Mitch. Wanted the 6. He thinks he's going to leave it at that. Pavlo Kordiaka on 5 reps. Got a little time.
Little strategy
20
going on
seconds.
here.
He's asking for the time.
That's some strategy.
One would tie him with Felix. He's on 5 at this point. And with Smaugstelis. Can he do it before the clock runs out? No, not tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the Moose, Mitch Hooper. It's fair to say, mate, that you are playing a very smart, strategic game tonight here. You got to 6 reps, you blew through those repetitions with ease, but then slowed it right down and stopped. Clearly not pushing hard there, mate.
Yeah, it was 7 reps. That's all right.
Sorry, I never could count.
Just a quick one. I think Pavlo's just cramping. I think he's okay to address the elephant in the room. But yeah, you got to consider the whole comp when you do these things. So there's tactics to it, and with power stairs in the last event, it's basically the exact same motion as the deadlift. So probably wasn't going to catch Pavlo at 11. Could have caught Rano at 9, but then how does that affect me later in the competition? So I'm in the fortunate position to still feel pretty fresh. Looking forward to a good result on the dumbbell. Close out with the power stairs and see what we can do.
Now, mate, you've got some pretty unusual training techniques, obviously spoken to you about them before, and people are always surprised that you do all kinds of heavy cardio stuff at the size and weight and strength that you're at. Any detriment there to you? Do you think you would get much stronger, or will you train that differently approaching different events?
I don't do a whole lot of it anymore, but I've run 3 marathons, and I think that really assists me in recovering, not only from event to event, but training session to training session, and allows me to train a bit harder. Could I be stronger in something like the deadlift if I put on a bunch of weight? Absolutely, but I wouldn't have the speed and the endurance, and like I said after the last event, strongman's not just who can lift the most weight, it's also who's most agile, who makes the least mistakes.
Now, I want to ask you this question while we're here at the Hydra. Obviously, you've had a few outings now with Giants Live. You're clearly improving in the format and your approach to the one-day shows. World's Strongest Man, you burst onto the scene. You were a phenom. Everybody was talking about you at that show. This is sort of an evolution in the strength sports for you. Where do you see yourself, and how long before you tilt that top spot?
Look, the sky's the limit, I think, for me. If the events lined up right, it could be next year. If they don't line up right, it could be never. But being in front of people like you, being able to maybe inspire some of you, that's what it's all about for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a special athlete, Mitchell Hooper of Canada.
Boo! It should be boo. Good on Mitchell. Well done, Mitch. Right, let's have a little look at the scores then, and then it's break time, folks. Please go and have a beer or whatever you wish to do. We've only got a few minutes before the next one. But right now, Pavlo Nakonechny, the monster. Rauno Heinle, right there, equaling his world record. But I'm afraid Pavlo Nakonechny took it and blew it away with 11. Wow.